Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos because I'm going to be talking about some of the hacks that I do to make things a little bit easier as a Muslim woman or just a Muslim, and I thought I would share these with you because I have recently become closer to Allah, and these little things that I've been doing are helping me get through my day-to-day life and just make things a little bit easier. So let's get into this video. So the first hack is wash your face with your face cleanser before you do your wudu. So what I like to do when I do my wudu is put my usual daily face cleanser on my hands, rub it into my skin with a little bit of water before I do my wudu, and then when it comes to washing my face when I do my wudu, it is nice and clean, and you know, you don't have to worry about any leftover makeup, and you know that you've cleansed your face properly when you've done your wudu. So that is the first one. The next hack is to listen to talks, listen to Quran, listen to anything that will benefit you and bring you closer to Allah while you are doing your daily activities. So I used to listen to music, I'd turn on the radio, Capital Extra, Radio 1, that kind of thing. And recently I haven't been doing that. I have been putting on Mufti Menk talks. I've been putting on videos that will help me with my knowledge and bringing me closer to Allah SWT. I've even been just putting on surahs on repeat so that I can kind of memorize them, and as I'm doing my washing up, cleaning my bedroom, even when I'm getting ready for the day, I turn on these videos and talks, lectures, the Quran, anything that I feel like listening to on that day, I will turn that on and I will just listen to that as much as possible while I am doing all of these little things that you do on an everyday basis while you would usually be listening to music or listening to nothing at all. So as a mum of two young children, we don't get time to just sit there with our headphones in and listen to talks and read the Quran as much as we want to, because our kids always need us. So the reason that I do this is because I don't get the time to do it just by myself, doing nothing. As much as I would love to do that, I don't have the time to. Like, of course I do sometimes when the kids are sleeping. Before I go to bed, I'll like listen to a talk or something like that. I have just been listening to things while I'm doing things. That way it's basically two birds with one stone. So you kind of building your knowledge and getting things done. That is the biggest hack that I live by recently because it just helps me so much, honestly. Like, listening to the words of Allah SWT while you're doing things, it just makes things easier in a way, kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it really does. If you guys don't do that, then please do try it, because honestly it helps so much. You don't realise how much it will help until you actually do it. So that is hack number 2. The next hack is related to this one. So I don't do this with Quran, I only do this with talks and things like that. I know that some of the speakers can talk very slowly and kind of, you know, like they have a lot of pauses in what they're saying. So I use a tool on YouTube which is the Playback Speed, and I change the playback speed to 1.25 or something like that. Just play with the playback speed and it will like speed up the video so you can listen to more in a short amount of time. That way you can just listen to so many talks and get so much knowledge in a shorter amount of time, which is amazing. So that is what I do when I want to listen to a lot in a short amount of time. I don't do that with Quran, obviously, because Quran, you just want to listen to it how it's supposed to be. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah. It's just so beautiful to listen to the words of Allah, and you don't need it to be sped up because it's just beautiful. SubhanAllah. So hack number 4, I've touched on it before. So basically what I do to learn surahs, to learn just ayahs or anything that you want to learn, even if you're learning to pray and you want to know how to say the words and you want to know what to say when you're praying, the best way to do it is repetition. So what I like to do is listen to the same video over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's embedded in my mind, and as I'm listening to it I will repeat everything and I will say everything over and over again just to make sure that it's stuck in my head. Once you know all the words, you can then repeat it over and over again to yourself to make sure that you've understood and you know how to say the words, and you can refer back to the video anytime you want to, and then you've learnt the surah or whatever you're learning, and that is the best way, I think, in my mind. Like, I'm dyslexic, so words on paper are something else to me and especially because it's in a different language. I struggled so much when we used to go to madrasa as a kid. Even in school we used to do Arabic, and I used to find it so hard because I could barely like read English, let alone Arabic. So listening to things really helps if you're not good with paper, like words and things like that. So that is hack number 4. So hack number 5 is to do with your children. So I like to ask Elisa if she would like to pray with me whenever I'm praying and she's just there playing, and I just like to ask her, would you like to pray with me? If she says no, then fair enough, she's only a little kid, so I just say okay, that's fine, maybe next time. And also when you're doing dua and you want your children to ask Allah for things and thank Allah for things, you have to make dua and you have to tell them what to say and make them repeat it after you. And then I like to do the part where I thank Allah for everything and then ask for forgiveness. I like to do those parts with Elisa, and then I will tell her to ask Allah for anything that she wants. And then that way it's a really good idea of what to get them for Eid, what to get them for anything, like if you want to just treat them or something like that. You can get them that as a present, and then you'll know what they want. And then once you've got them the present that they've asked Allah for, you can say, look, you asked Allah for this, so He's given you it. So then that is a way that you can get them to kind of believe more and trust in dua more and change their way of thinking about, oh, if I do this, if I'm naughty and I scream for something, I'm going to get it. No, that's not going to work, babies. So if you kind of train them in a way to ask Allah for things that they want instead of crying for them, or, you know, just buying them things just because they want it. And it's just a really good way of getting them to talk to Allah and believe in dua and praying and showing them that these things actually matter and these things will help them through life. So if they ask Allah for something, it will actually come true. So inshallah, this will be a way to kind of get your children to believe and to kind of want to talk to Allah instead of saying sit down and pray and do this and do that. You can tell kids something as many times as you want, but the fact is your kids won't listen to everything that you say. They will believe what they see, and if they see that Allah has given them something through dua, that way they will inshallah ask Allah for things when things are wrong or when they need something, or, you know, it's just a nice way to bring them closer to Allah through dua. So that's one thing that I do with Elisa every single night, is I tell her to make dua, say the sleeping dua, and it's just so nice to just sit there with her and just talk to Allah and teach her that He is the one that we should be asking for help, forgiveness and whatever we want. So the next hack is one for when you are praying and you are forgetful, or shaitan whispers in your ear and tells you that, you know, you've forgotten which rak'ah you are on. So what I like to do is fold the corners of my prayer mat. So when I go down for sajda, I like to fold over one corner just a little bit, just so that I can see that that's one rak'ah done, and then the next one, do the next one, and then the next time I go down for sajda, I like to unfold one side and then unfold the other side the last time. So that way I can kind of keep track of which rak'ah I'm on. I know that a lot of people don't have this problem, but I kind of do because my mind likes to wander. I know that a lot of people do have this problem, so it's just a little hack just in case you kind of forget and you want a little reminder of what rak'ah you are on. So the last hack is to do your face routine when you've done your wudu for Isha, and it is so beautiful doing your wudu at the end of the night when you're ready for bed and you're ready to pray Isha and you just want to concentrate on the prayer. Like Isha, I have to say, is one of my favourite prayers to pray because the kids are usually sleeping and you just have time to just focus and just concentrate on what you are saying and what you are doing. So I like to get ready for Isha by doing my wudu, and at Isha time wudu I always use the hack about the face wash, always, and I do this every single night, and I wash my face with my face wash when I'm doing my wudu, and then after I've done my wudu, before I pray, I like to put my moisturiser on my face. I like to moisturise my hands. I just like to feel nice and calm and good. Sometimes I'll put a candle on next to where I'm praying just so that it's got that nice calming atmosphere. I like to have the lights turned off and just have that time to just focus on my prayer, so I'm not thinking about my skin cracking and my fingers feeling rough and horrible. It's just the nicest time of the day where you just can focus, and you don't want to be losing focus by thinking about your cracked skin and your crusty hands. So that is what I like to do before I do my Isha Salah, and yeah, that is the last hack. But that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you want to see more Muslim hack videos, and I will do some more, inshallah. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum. Bye bye.